Hello, welcome to theCUBE's live coverage here at Dell Technologies World. I'm Furrier with Dave Vellante with theCUBE. Michael Dell's back in the hot seat here. theCUBE, Michael, great to see you. CEO of Dell Technologies, great keynote, blog post is already up. Welcome back to theCUBE. I think what is our 10th, 11th, 12th straight year covering Dell Tech World? Welcome back, what a journey.
Nobody does it better than you guys. Thank you for always for being here and such in-depth coverage of our events and all the things going on in the industry.
I had a moment on the keynote that you gave this morning when you were talking to Jensen around, you guys were together during the PC revolution, the web, cloud, and now AI.
Right.
And Dave and I have argued on the pod many times, which transition did Michael Dell handle better? Web? Mobile? So, AI obviously huge.
Oh, we're keeping score now?
Aren't we always?
Well, I mean, you've seen this movie before. You've managed the transitions. You've built probably the best factories in the history of the computer industry. Look back at what Dell did, your early days, Dell Technologies, is that you had the supply chain, you basically built factories. Now they're turning into AI factories. So, you got to have a perspective on this. What is your view of this AI factory? Yeah, data comes in, tokens go out, that's an oversimplified version, but having run factories to run Dell, now you got AI factories, so much more scale. What's your perspective on that future?
I think we're just at this enormous speed up moment for our species, and it's the beginning, right? When I look at how companies are able to unlock their data and accelerate their progress in everything that they're doing, it's just kind of amazing how fast this is happening. And I couldn't be more excited about it.
Yeah.
And I do think there's a lot of work in re-architecting, right, in order to do that. And that's the work we've been doing, particularly in the last couple of years.
I think people look at Michael Dell and say, okay, he's a successful CEO. I was talking to Yvonne, the CFO, just a couple hours ago, and she was saying she was traveling with you, and she said, I was amazed at how Michael's using AI. And you were basically showing her some tips and tricks on how to use AI. So my question is around your love of technology and how you're adopting AI and helping your own workplace modernize some of the things that we talked about in our little session today.
Yeah, so what we have done in our company is to say, all right, given the change and the progress with these models and agents, what could our business look like in 3 years and 5 years? And I am fascinated by all this technology and how it just allows us to tap into all the knowledge and insight and ideas that are out there, and kind of expands the creative window and the idea window, in a big way. And so, I want us to be super aggressive internally in using that to be able to engineer products faster and, get our dot releases coming faster, to be able to innovate and bring, great improvements to customers, to enable our sales force to know more about the solutions that we have, to know more about their customers, to solve problems for customers and support faster, to be able to have our supply chain work more effectively. Every company wants to do that, right? And so, again, we're just at the beginning of this huge change, revolution. All of it requires enormous amounts of data, enormous amounts of compute. The model innovation is coming fast and furious, and what a great time to be alive.
We love data, you said in the keynote. We love data too, John.
We're data hoarders, we love data. We love to get the data and share it with everyone here. Intelligence factories are here is what you said on stage. That's a quote.
Intelligence factories.
Intelligence factories are here. Specialized deployment requiring precision engineering. You showed an example of a super deployment, that's my word, you didn't say super deployment.
Right.
But it was built for scale, tens of trillions of tokens per month. We're seeing a massive shift to reasoning and inference, obviously we talked about that before on theCUBE. That's driving more demand for tokens.
Correct.
That's changing what clustered systems and factories look like from a scope perspective. You also mentioned the edge, so I want you to kind of tie the dots there, connect the dots for us. You got the super deployments happening, but now you got scoping of these systems that have to support the tokens. Not everyone can be the massive big CapEx build out, but also the edge has been more intelligent, smaller, faster, and smarter is coming on the edge too. Can you connect the dots between those kind of factory sizing, scope, and the edge and how they work together? What's your vision around that innovation?
Right, if we dial back the clock of computing, 30 years, there's always these debates on, okay, where is the power going to be? Where's the intelligence going to be? Is it going to be at the center? Is it going to be, out there on the edge? What's the answer? It's both. Yeah. It's always both. Yeah. And what's happening now? It's absolutely both. Now, there is an enormous amount of data being created. We know what's the time in which the amount of data in the world doubles, right? It's not very long, and that time is shrinking, all the time because just the sheer quantity of it is increasing so fast. So there was also this dirty little secret in the industry for a long time. What are we doing with all this data? Well, now we have tools. We can do things with it. So that's why all this is happening. And I do think a lot of it will happen in real time, at the edge, in physical devices. But you're also going to have these big models. That example that I showed of one of the large systems that we're building, we're actually building another one that is very similar in size. And we're deploying these right now. So there are a lot of customers that need all this power, and the tens of trillions of tokens that I spoke about, what's really interesting is a single system like that, and we're building more than one of them, would have been more tokens than the entire world would have produced not that long ago. Right. So this is happening at an exponential rate, and I do think the intelligence will be in your PC, it'll be in an NPU and a GPU on a device like these Dell laptops. It'll be in your phone, it'll be in your car, it'll be in your factories, it'll be everywhere in the physical world. And of course, it'll be in your data center, activating all your data.
This client server times 1,000. I like some of the numbers you put up today. You said that it's going to power, AI operating system, going to power the world's economy to add $15 trillion by 2030. But to reach the potential, adoption must broaden. 85% of enterprises plan to move AI workloads on-prem in the next 24 months. You talked about Microsoft, Cohere, Meta, Google, ServiceNow, Mistral, Glean. These are interesting sort of new partners for Dell. I wonder if you could talk about that, what's attracting them, and how do you think that's going to play out?
Well, some of them are new partners and some are old friends
Microsoft,
that we've been around, been with for a long time. I think what's happening is everybody's rushing in because they see this. And let's step back and say, okay, the global economy, roughly half of it is a knowledge economy. And so that's roughly 30 or 40 trillion, nobody's really quite sure. And so the idea of investing $1 trillion to make the 30 trillion more competitive, more productive, that's not actually very much, right? So you remember that there was a time a little while ago where people were like, oh, maybe they're investing too much in AI. No, not correct, right? The opportunity here is so big that maybe we're not investing enough. And so, I think it will occur in lots of different forms. It will take all sorts of shapes and sizes. Small companies, large models, small models, and it's going to be a big ecosystem of partners. We in the last year, we created about 100 new solutions. These are reference platforms, they're blueprints, they're appliances, they're like ways to get started, either directly with customers or with our partners. But we need a lot more of those in every vertical in order for this to realize its potential. But it's definitely happening, and we're seeing it. That's why we have 3,000 of these Dell AI factories now.
Michael, you've been doing great on the business front, S&P 500. You guys are a bellwether now in the industry. We're streaming this interview on our NYC Wired teammates. Ryan Bauman in the NYC. So you guys are setting the agenda. Your theme about Dell Street, Main Street, kind of comes together. It's not just tech that the impact of AI is. What's next, this innovation? Where does it start translating to enterprise value, Main Street value? I got my PC. Everything's personal now with AI. What's next? What's your innovation vision?
Well, that's kind of the frontier that we're on right now, which is how does every organization use this to do whatever they're doing more effectively, whether it's manufacturing or retail or finance, and it's starting to happen. You'll hear some great additional stories tomorrow when Jeff and Arthur and Sam get on stage. So we're in that phase where it's really broadening out.
What's so cool?
I got a question. It's kind of a weird question, but Earl Nightingale defines success. He said, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And I love that definition of success. So my question is, what is the worthy ideal that you have been pursuing, which you're obviously successful since you started Dell?
Very simple. It's that technology enables human progress. That's kind of what we started with. We're still on that journey, and I passionately believe that that's what technology does, right? And it'll keep doing it. Hopefully long after my time is gone, but that's not now. So we've still got a lot to do, and look, I think the progress that's occurring in our world is pretty staggering, and it's all enabled by technology. So what more fun could there be than being in the center of all that?
Michael, thank you so much for coming by theCUBE as always. It's a great tradition. Keep it going and appreciate your kind words. Also, congratulations on your business success. For the folks watching right now, watching this video, if they look back in time, what's Dell Technologies World 2025 mean in terms of the industry, you and the company? Because it's going to change, and one thing is sure, we know the acceleration of change is coming fast. At this point in time, what should people think about where we are when we look back? What's it look like to you?
We're making AI real, we're bringing it to the masses. It's going from something that only certain companies could have access to where it's really going to change and enable every business, every organization, every institution to accelerate their progress.
As knowledge goes to agents and AI, the ability to solve problems seems to be the theme here. Michael, thank you for coming on, I appreciate it.
Great to
Thank
see
you.
Michael Dell, CEO of Dell Technologies, here inside theCUBE. I'm John Furrier, Dave Vellante, with more live coverage after this short break.